Okay, so I'm sitting here with TargA, who currently is teamless, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct.
So how is it to be teamless in this environment today's esports?
Oh, like in terms of practice and so on, it doesn't bother me. Like I have friends that I can play with, that are all like high skill programmers. The only thing that's different for me is that, of course, I have to pay for my travel, which is sometimes a bit expensive. Like to get here, it's very expensive, so that sucks. And also, it would be nice to have a team that did like more marketing for me, because I'm not very good at that myself. And that's about it. Like as I said, practice, no problem. It's only the financial side of it and marketing.
Okay, so you've been streaming a lot lately, but you still aren't getting the viewers that I think you deserve because you're one top Zergs in Europe. But so how do you feel like streaming? Is that a good option for people who doesn't have a team?
It should be, but I actually don't stream that much. I think it's less than 20 hours per month, and like the top streamers, they do over 200, I think. And I also stream at like very different times of the day. Sometimes I do it in the middle of the night. Sometimes I do early morning or middle of the day. And that's something that I should be more consistent about, and I should also be more consistent about streaming, because it's it's an easy way to get more fans, and also to market myself for sponsors and so on. But I'm a bit lazy, and I also like I also like practicing a bit more serious, because when I stream, at least, I don't play serious games. I usually play a lot of fun builds, joke around, and sometimes let the stream decide what I should do. And that's not very good practice.
No. So, it's just like a little thing I've noticed with streamers. When there are streamers who aren't as famous or as big in the viewership, the graphics usually help improve viewers. I know it kind of sounds stupid, but still. Would you see yourself like changing the graphics to higher, if like just for a test to see if viewers would increase, or would that like slow down kind of your practice? Or
the computer that I'm currently using, I'm not sure if it would handle it. I'm living with Take, so I always have the option of playing on his setup if I really want to. I can also play on his stream on his stream, and then I would get at least 2,000 viewers without doing anything. But I like it the way it is at the moment. Like, not having too many viewers doesn't bother me too much. Like, I don't do any commercials either, so I'm not really out to make money. I'm mostly streaming for fun and to interact with the fans.
Yeah, so you're choosing to build fans the slow but steady way to say. And then over to you, as you mentioned, you're living at Take's house. How is the practice there? Is it like boosting you to actually play more, or is it more like you're hanging out with friends and that slows down?
No, it's not like that. Like Take TV is run like a business, so he has employees working for him, and they don't bother me. I don't bother them. We talk, of course. We watch football together and so on. But they don't bother me if I'm practicing. They help me with everything I ask. And the best thing is that the computers are pretty good. The internet is excellent. And also Take is helping me a bit with marketing. Like when he's streaming Go for SC2, he streams my games and so on. So it's a really good opportunity for me.
Okay. And recently the VCS has like been unveiled and started up. How do you feel about them inviting so many players instead of having like more qualifiers?
I think inviting players are bullshit. That's what it. I think over 50% of the players that are invited wouldn't qualify. I'm not gonna say any names because people are gonna get mad about that. But I still think that like inviting 24 out of 32 players, it's insane. I would understand if they invited like the top players, like Stefano, who is of course a very busy guy. He's traveling all over the world. He was in the US for quite some time, I think, so it would be hard for him to make the qualifier. That's an invite I understand. Same thing with players like Grubby, I kind of understand. Snut as well, but for the most of the players, they have nothing going on. A lot of them haven't done anything for the past year. Some of them are even carried by their achievements from like at the beginning of Wings of Liberty. And I feel it's insane that they still invite that amount of players. And it's not like I'm not bitter about being invited. Like I fully understand why I'm not invited. But a lot of players like Feast and Lovely have done way better than many of the players that were invited, and they didn't get invited. Lovely, of course, didn't qualify. Feast qualified.
Well, that has kind of do with what you talked about earlier, marketing, which is they haven't been marketed as much.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I don't think ESL had too much to do with the decision. Maybe it's just Blizzard, but I think Blizzard has done a lot of things wrong for this WCS. Of course, it will eventually improve, but it's a bit too late now with the qualifiers and how they invited the players. They can't redo that or improve on that, and which sucks for a lot of people.
Yeah, and then, well, the practice on EU and ladder and stuff like that. How do you see yourself play, or how do you improve on ladder compared to like playing with others?
I mostly practice on the ladder. I also have a barcode that I play quite a bit on. I sometimes play custom games. It usually depends if people ask me. I rarely ask people for customs unless it's a very important match for me and I want to practice a specific build, which I haven't done for well, probably over a year. And I think the ladder at the moment is a very nice place for good practice. There are top Terrans in Europe, like Happy, Luciferon and so on, and those guys for GG. They are almost on the same level as the top Korean Terrans. So that's obviously like an insane practice. And if you have high enough MMR, you will get them almost every game. If you play when they're online, of course. And like there are some parts of the ladder which sucks. Like I can get like mid-master players still, even though I have almost as high as MMR that's possible. And it's practicing against or playing ladder against those kinds of players. It's a bit waste of time. And that's about it.
The map hackers on ladder. Have you had any experience with them?
I have. There were an American guy that was map hacking, and he was like proxy 2-rexing every game. It's a bit annoying, but they are so bad at the game. So if you just play super careful, you have like better mechanics, better multitasking, better engagements. And they will still lose even though they have map hack.
So you can say that it would be a great practice to play against map hackers, because if you beat them, you know you're good.
No, sadly not, because the practice is a bit invalid. A lot of StarCraft 2 is about kind of hiding what you're gonna do. Like you don't want your opponent to know everything. Some parts of the game, it's okay that your opponent knows it, but you usually want to hide your timings. And of course, when someone has map hack, he'll see all the timings. When is your upgrades about to be done? Is he teching to lair? Is he playing really greedy? And that's things that all programmers are very good at hiding. And they're very important things to hide, because if you're playing super greedy and you're tricking your opponent, he's gonna play passive defensive. You might create a reaction where he like reinforces, like a Terran makes extra bunkers or whatever, and behind that you're playing super greedy. that doesn't work against map hackers.
Yeah. Okay. That was all the questions. Thank you so much for your time. And unfortunately, you don't have any sponsors to thank.
That's true.
So yeah, thank you.